You talked a bit about Doge. Elon Musk is currently a, quote, special government employee who also owns companies that have billions of dollars in federal contracts. You said earlier this week that he has abided by all applicable federal laws, but what steps is the Trump administration taking to address that conflict of interest?
The president was already asked and answered this question this week, and he said if Elon Musk comes across a conflict of interest with the contracts and the funding that Doge is overseeing, then Elon will excuse himself from those contracts. And he has, again, abided by all applicable laws.
Yeah, Elon Musk also, by the way, has not undergone a background check or had a security clearance or literally any of the other stuff that MAGA would demand of every single person that works in a Democratic administration. So just be very clear about that in terms of him complying with laws and everything. But think about that. The official spokesperson for Donald Trump just said he's off doing stuff that Trump has no idea what it is. Trump doesn't understand the first thing about any of the work that's happening at any of these agencies, let alone what Doge is doing to undercut it. And if he comes across a conflict of interest, he'll excuse himself. Like Clarence Thomas or something, where we're supposed to expect. I thought this was supposed to be like a movement that was like questioning of the elite. So you're saying the richest person that's ever lived is going to choose not to do corrupt stuff totally willingly, and there will be no oversight to even see if he's chosen right or chosen wrong on those. Congress isn't gonna look to see if he's taken himself out of consideration for corruption or whatever. And the people he's sending around, he was trying to make sure you don't even know their names. They don't have to identify themselves to the media. They don't have to identify themselves to these departments. And so the official position of the Trump administration is you can trust the richest man in the world to not pursue his own financial interests over your interests. And they're fine with that. And Trump isn't even going to look. He doesn't even know. And he's already said, Elon Musk, quote, won't do anything without our approval, which can be read two ways. The first way that we talked about, but also whatever Elon Musk is doing, if he keeps the job, that has Trump's approval. Any of this nonsense is not just Elon Musk's doing, it has Trump's pre-stamp of approval. So just bear that in mind when your grandmother no longer gets, Medicare or Social Security checks.
Yeah, exactly. When people are dying, when the elderly are dying from a lack of Meals on Wheels access. I mean, it's incredible, the idea that we still hold in this country that somehow the wealthy are benevolent. Not only put aside that they're smart or deserving, but that they are benevolent and self-regulating and actually very measured because they are the biggest hoarders of wealth in the world. Like that is insane what we give. And John, we are in like just such a different moment because before everyone was being cucked by Trump and it was like God, Emperor Trump. Well, now Trump, as you documented, we've documented for years now, is really not there. He's nobody home. And now the richest man in the world with less than $300 million, which for us is like chump change if we were to do the same thing to be able to buy the US federal government and put our own lackeys and our own little engineers, our own hackers in there, let's call them what they are. I mean, and now every Republican is not only living in the fear of Donald Trump. I mean, I don't have any sympathy for them, but they're living in the fear of the richest man on earth being able to easily anoint any kind of opposition to their seat. We're gonna replace you with somebody, and I can do that so easily with the amount of money that I have. Look at how I bought the presidency. So this is, I mean, it is the natural conclusion, let's be real, of the overturning of Citizens United. It's the natural conclusion of allowing dark money to go throughout and filter throughout our political system. And my God, if Democrats don't understand that the way forward is pointing this out, is pointing, and really, not even pointing the unconstitutionality out, because guess what? People don't care about the Constitution. It's important legally to bring it up, to remember it and all this. But the fact of the matter is, he did it. He's doing it. So what are you doing? How are you protecting your constituents? How are you fighting back? And honestly, you said 4 years, John. I hear you when a lot of these senators are not up for your election, but guess what? They can also resign. We can make their lives so miserable that they resign.
Yeah. That would be delightful. I would actually go for that. But yeah, this is just so many of these MAGA people, like you're not involved in the movement that you think you are. You think that you like are questioning of those who control things behind the scenes. Is it better when it's just not behind the scenes anymore? and they just literally buy an entire party? How is that good? You think you get to choose your representatives? No, not when Elon Musk can put $50 million into literally every election he wants to. You don't have any voice whatsoever. You think you're questioning of tech billionaires in particular, people who manage social media sites. No, they control your party. They're all buddies with Donald Trump.
Yep.
So again, you don't have the movement that you think you do. And what if you've been bought so cheap? All it took was Elon Musk posted some memes. And no, that I liked his memes, and he doesn't seem to like trans people. So I think he can control literally everything. And I have no voice, I have no democracy, I likely have no financial future. I really like those memes that he stole from someone else on Twitter and reposted without attribution. That seems like a good deal, a good bargain for you.